translate it into English?
Right now.
Right now.
Okay. Dia jalan semarak, jalan semarak dan transfer is dubious.
Where's the corruption, suggestion of corruption?
When you say dubious?
Dubious.
Yeah.
It can be a jenayah, civil fraud. It can be fraud. Is it corruption? It's fraud. It can be CBT. Is it corruption?
It is a possibility. That's why
Ah, you suggest. Then you
Yes, it was
no. That's why you see you have to be careful because you are talking about us, again, and you say here, you say I quote what you write. The project to build the KL vertical city. Here we are referring about the pindah milik tanah, isn't it? You punya, I'm reading back what you said. The deal, hogged the limelight after Berita Harian last month published a report suggesting the project to build the KL vertical city there risks of corruption. The project to build, what was the headline? Pindah milik tanah. Where is your pindah milik tanah? In the two. Land transfer. How do you translate pindah milik tanah? Land transfer, bukan? Does it talk about the deal? About the project? The project to build KL vertical city there risks of corruption. How do you stretch? Can you stretch? How do you translate? Pindah milik tanah Felda Jalan Semarak dicurigai kepada the project to build the KL vertical city there risks of corruption. Please, you're powerful in English. You translate. Pindah milik tanah Felda Jalan Semarak dicurigai. That's
Well, the translation should be like you said lah.
Yeah, why are you writing like this? Itu je nak cakap dengan you. No, you translate it. You translate exactly what was written by Berita Harian in Malay into English, and you compare that the project to build KL vertical city there risks of corruption. You translate. You tahu apa bezanya fitnah? Fitnah and kebenaran kan? You tahu kan? Ada dosa tak fitnah tu? You are young people. Don't disappoint me.
The project dengan the land transfer, would they not tie?
How can it be? Okay, I ask you. I'm a landowner. Do I need to transfer the land to the developer?
Because the story which came out, those when it first came out, it appeared that the two were tied together.
Not necessary kan?
I'm not sure.
It's not necessary because that's why my press conference was about the land transfer, right? When you already have a development agreement, right, and you are given a PA, which means power, you mewakili, you represent the landowner in all aspects of the necessary processes that you need to do the project, right? To do the development. One, you have the development agreement. Number two, you have the PA. And then the developer has successfully obtained the development order. Land was not transferred yet. Land was not transferred at all. He got the development order. So, and then he got a lease agreement on the building, right? Do you think there was a need for the land to be transferred?
The understanding yang kita faham from that story, the story which came out in Berita Harian, the two are linked together.
No.
No.
The story was about the project.
Yes.
the question was about the land transfer. I'm arguing here that the developer had successfully obtained a development order on the piece of land. All right? Without, at that particular point of time, without transferring the land. So, was there any necessity to transfer the land? To sell the land to himself? To put the land, to transfer the land to himself? SPSB, as the owner of the land, as the holder of the PA, power of attorney, transferred it to SPSB, right? That was done after he had got the development order. So he had obtained the development order in spite of not being the owner of the land. And if you read the development order, show me where in the development order, I mean in the development agreement, where he was allowed to transfer the land. You kata you semua ada kan?
But that was in the...
No, you have to...
Yeah,
You kata semua ada. You have all this information. You are the mole. You find all this information. All right? Number one, as I said, you have totally raped and distorted the news that Berita Harian reported. You say it's a jest, tapi saya katalah, the deal hog the limelight. What is the deal? Okay lah. How do you define the deal? You must understand lah kan, when you talk kan, and you understand when you write, you must communicate the facts kan. So what was the deal? The deal is the development of the project, kan, the project KLBC, right? Berita Harian punya laporan pindah hak milik tanah Felda Jalan Semarak dicurigai. Tak sebut pun pasal projek itu. So you have to put two things separate. One is the project, the development under the development agreement. Two is the land transfer. Nowhere in the land transfer is necessary for the development agreement to be executed.
if that is the case, then why afterwards there's another report saying that you are no longer interested?
Yeah, of course. If there is already a development agreement, can I undo it? Kan, dah ada development agreement kan? The development agreement has been signed between SPSB and FIC. FIC was appointed as the PMC. The board was informed. There was a power of attorney was given to the company. Yeah? At no point was it ever said that the land must be transferred to the developer, because the developer had the full power as a holder of the power of attorney to develop the land, to continue with the development. So I'm not interested. I cannot interested in the sense that I cannot do anything about the development. Kan?
So what you're saying right now is that the development of KLBC will go on. You just want that land transfer. You just wanted to undo that land transfer, is it?
Yeah, because at the moment, if you look at the board decisions, as I communicated to the media conference that I had on 21st, I had a press conference and I had a media conference. Exactly what was instructed by the decision to us by the Prime Minister's Department. What were the decisions? I can read. I've communicated to you, kan? I've communicated to you. Did I mention anything about the KLBC project? It's all about police report on the possible criminal fraud. Again, police report. If you don't do a police report, you cannot get the caveat. And there are two types of caveat. The first one was the private caveat, which we got on the on in April, right? We got the private caveat. But we want a stronger caveat, which is registrar's caveat. A registrar's caveat is only possible if you make a police report, right? That's what we did on the 12th of December. Yeah. So the caveat means that the land cannot move. Again,
Without informing.
cannot move unless there's a court order or whatever, and then we've been advised to revoke the PA. Okay? The revoking the PA, other process. There's a process because it cannot be done unilaterally, again, because there are two parties involved in the PA, right? And then we can make a civil suit, again, alleging civil fraud, again. Not on the project, on the transfer of the land. Because I want to ask you, and you should ask all developers and all lawyers, name, unnamed, tak kira lah. Could the project continue without the land being transferred to the developer? Okay, you dah, yang you punya, your 1, 2, 3, your third article is, third para in your article is bullshit already. Okay, you've distorted the headlines of a newspaper to suit your own interests, which is wrong. Morally wrong tau. Berdosa engkau tau. Tak.
The story was not meant to distort the deterrence.
No, you argue, you tell me lah, you cakap macam mana, apa you translate balik semula. Pasal you taruh link kat situ.
Yes.
Link tu pergi kepada cerita berita harian. Ya, cerita berita harian kata pindah milik tanah Felda Jalan Semarak dicurigai. Pertama, tak ada soal dituduh ada corruption. Dan tak bercakap pun pasal KLBC, pasal pindah milik tanah. Yang awak tanya juga, sama ada, adakah tu perkara yang sama? Saya kata, tak. Pasal saya dah cakap dengan awak, dengar saya cakap tadi kan? I said to you, and I have asked you, find an opinion that says that the project could not have gone on without the land transfer. I'm saying they got the development order without transferring the land. Tak percaya? No, I'm looking at your face macam you tak percaya. Tapi I'm asking you, you're trying to understand. Okay, how do you want me to speak in English or Malay, what? In French?
The land deal.
You better record what he says, because this is what they understand. These are the experts.
The land deal, that's why I want to ask.
No, you're not sure, you tanya saya ni kan?
The land deal is tied to the project.
What do you mean by land deal?
They need the land as to raise the fund for the project.
Why? Ada dalam development agreement kata ada tak tanah tu kena transfer?
So have you met with the developer and asked why they transferred?
That's why we say I've been asking, give it back.
You met them lah and asked to give it back.
Give it back lah. I didn't meet. Not me lah kan. It's not me.
Okay, if that's the case, then why did PM in his statement he mentioned that
The land is not lost.
The land is not lost. The report
Tak tepat.
of the lost land was inaccurate.
Inaccurate, okay?
So
Inaccurate, again. Why? Because after that, there was already, before he made that statement, the caveat was put on. The registrar's caveat was already placed on the land.
So it's only not lost because of the caveat.
After the caveat.
So the land is not lost.
No, because the land is not lost because of the caveat. Kalau dah, it was already transferred, so how can you say it's not lost? Kan? It's no longer Felda's land because it's transferred. Again. So how do you define that? How do you say that? What do you say? I didn't say the land was lost. I didn't say it was missing. Kan? Tapi pindah milik tanah Felda Jalan Semarak dicurigai. The land was actually transferred. It was became the property of another party.
Actually, Nancy, when we started this story, because when PM came up with that statement that the land was not lost, that's why we tried to find out more about it. And then it appeared that it was not. It's we got all the rest of the information as you can read it there. That's why we presented it that way.
Yeah, wait. When you say lost tu apa? Lost, hilang Tanah tu tak hilang lah. Tanah tu ada situ kan lagi kan. Betul lah kan? Tapi tanah tu dah dipindah milik. Tanah tu memang dah pindah milik.
But when PM said Felda have not lost the land.
No. PM punya statement kata bukan Felda tu kehilangan. Tak tepat. Tak tepat kan.
Tak tepat meaning
Not accurate lah. It's not quite accurate. Not accurate.
The news was not accurate. Because Felda still have the land.
Tak ada dia cakap Felda still has the land. The land tak hilang begitulah pasal dah ada caveat. After the caveat was placed, BH punya story pun cakap apa?
There was a story by Newstakes Time. The police, those responsible for Felda losing its Jalan Semarak land must face the music. By that title alone, bukankah maksudnya you lost the land?
Ya dah masalah pindah milik tu. Memang dah pindah milik. Tanah tu memang dah pindah milik.
We're trying to establish.
Ya lah, you establish you can establish it many ways kan.
Everybody was saying that.
Yeah, everybody saying may not be exactly what has happened, because on the day when I had a press conference, I said that there was a land transfer. They had through the 4 sales and purchase agreement, right? There was a sales and purchase agreement which affected the land transfer. So when it's transferred out of Felda into another company, of course, that means we have lost the land. Again, we are no longer the owner lah. We have lost ownership of the land lah. Now, to be clearly, we have lost ownership of the land, not the lost ownership. Once it's transferred lah kan. And then after that, but on the 12th, we had made a police report. 12 December. And when we make a police report, the police put a caveat, and I also requested for a caveat.
okay.
A pendaftar punya caveat.
So getting back the land, then why did Berita Harian in one of its report quoted you as saying that you are no longer interested with the project?
The project is the project. The land is the land.
So are you saying that if you get back the land, you don't mind the project go on as usual?
Because we can, there is an agreement kan. I'm not questioning the development agreement. The development agreement is legitimate. Kan? FIC had signed the development agreement. Yeah? Felda, chairman and director general has given the power of attorney. Right? All in June 2014. Right? And then these were endorsed by the board in September. All right? There was no board meeting in June 2014. There were meetings in July. August pun tak ada meeting. And then there was the meeting that was done on 2nd September. Right? But the board, whatever it is, the board in September had endorsed.
Yes.
Okay, sure lah. But no question, no issue of the land. And the project can go on without the land. When we make a police report, we only made a police report on the fact that the land was transferred without our knowledge.
So there was a report saying Felda wants to revoke the POA balik.
Yeah, POA, the full POA, but you cannot do it unilaterally. You have to take it to court. Kan? And then once you revoke the POA, which is this is the irrevocable PA, power of attorney, very powerful. Then, of course, then the question is, we will then issue a question, another PA of limited. You must be limited PA lah, which is normal PA.
Okay. So we were shown a so-called revocation letter regarding the full PA
That's the process.
on dated January 9. Did Felda or did Felda not issue that letter to Synergy? Has they received it?
Yeah.
They have.
But it has to. But you know, a PA cannot be revoked unilaterally. There must be notices. You know, there must be notices. There must be process. The process must be
The
followed.
one that we saw is a notice.
Yeah lah, notice lah. But you cannot revoke a PA unilaterally. You have to take it. In the end, you have to take it to court.
Okay, but in that letter, it was mentioned that because the developer has committed several fraudulent acts by virtue of the PA. What are those fraudulent acts?
By transferring the land without informing us.
So, but
Is that fraud or not?
but you gave him you
Yeah.
gave them the PA.
Yeah, giving the PA, you have to understand that you can give a PA. You know, I do not. Was it ever intended? I don't know. You know whether ever intended, because if the board meetings do not say that the land will be transferred.
Can you do that? Can you mention that we suspect you of doing a fraudulent act by virtue of the PA? Can you do that while the police investigation is still ongoing?
Yeah, it is the instruction. The police investigation will go on.
So you don't have to necessarily wait until the police finishes their investigation, then you can only send a notice. It doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be that way. We can even do a civil suit while the police investigation is going on. Yeah. We can put the caveat. Why the police put the caveat? Because the investigation was going on.
Has the developer responded to that notice?
Not that we know. They have to. The response would be, we'll have to talk to the lawyers. Okay? They have to seek legal advice, because it's, you know, once a PA, you require you can't do it unilaterally. Tapi okay, you want to go through your article? I am only upset you write things the way you write things. Ever since the Berita Harian report, Felda Chairman Shahrir Abdul Samad has been pulling out all stops to undo the deal. Then you punya links bagus orang tulis surat ni ada link semua. You know, and then what did I do? You know, what did I do? I say I want land ownership back. All stops to undo the deal. Is it?
The land deal.
You must be able by now. You must be able to distinguish. If you can't distinguish that, then I'm sorry for you lah. Apa nama? Sharom, okay? Cik Sharom, kalau sampai sekarang awak tak boleh lagi membezakan antara the project and the land ownership, so you must. I'll be very disappointed. So, what do you want me to? What's the question?
To undo the deal, the land deal.
I say I want the land. I want the land back. That's why I didn't say anything about the project. So how can you say I pull out all stops to undo the deal?
In our defense,
In your defense, you are useless defense.
we tried getting Felda to respond, but
No, who do you? I told.
called the corporate com.
Corporate
They
com.
bounced me there and there and there.
You-
And then I macam, okay.
Yeah, but you even tried to get staff in my office to respond. My staff cannot respond.
No, I was like, to whom can I send my questions? And they was like bounce here and
Well,
bounce there. And
no,
macam,
there's no excuse. And you don't get any answers, you can write it. But you don't say, pulling out all the stops to undo the deal. Deal means what? Huh? Project ke? Transfer? They can confuse. Tu saya kata, bezanya, tu that's why, let's all agree what deal means. Okay, what does the deal mean? Okay, Syarom kata, deal tu apa? Land deal. Sini cakap undo the deal. Although SPSBA is said to have not found to any committed any breach of contract. So deal tu apa? Land deal. You punya pandangan land deal. You punya pandangan tu apa? Deal tu apa? Land deal. Land deal meaning what? Okay, definition of land deal apa? Explain to me what land deal means.
The transfer of land.
Transaction of the land. Dealings regarding the land.
What? Land deal. That's why I say you play with words. There is the project to develop the land.
Yeah.
Okay? Is that what you mean by the land deal?
The land deal is the transfer.
There's the project to develop, the development act, development agreement is to develop the land. Does it include the transfer of the land in your definition?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah? No, you're not sure pula. You kata land deal.
The land deal.
What do you mean by the land deal?
Whether it's tied to the project.
it has resulted to that to the land deal.
So that's why I said, if you can get a development order, to development order, tahu faham apa makna development order? Apa? Apa?
The order to build, the order to
Okay.
LVC tu.
To build kan?
Okay.
Okay, which means without ownership of the land, all right? Being held by the company, by the developer. If they can get a development order to develop the land, yeah, without ownership of the land, could the deal go on? The development project, could have the development project go on? Kalau dapat development order.
It could.
In practice,
It could, but
Yeah.
but suddenly there's another power of attorney punya agreement between so it has resulted to
yeah, but using the same power of attorney, they got the development order. Right?
So have you asked them why they transferred the land?
We have asked the land for the land back also. We don't have to ask why, we just ask the land back.
And then
They said no.
responded, no.
No.
What about the
This is all before you must also put in the time perspective ya. Nanti kan kita cakap hari ni juga, saya tanya, tak, bendanya the before we took action, before the whole decision making, decision were made by itu. So, okay lah, you still say that you're right. Pulling out all the stops to undo the deal, the land deal. You still say your statement is right.
Land deal, correct right?
No,
You want to
I didn't say I stop the project. That's why I kata develop. What do you mean by the land deal? You can. Ini pun tak tahu land deal kan, tahu deal kan. So I just want to be sure what you say. Yeah, when you say to undo the land deal, I say I just want the land back.
Yeah.
Would that have stopped the project? No. You already have the development order.
The fact that the developer was somehow asked for the full PA to be given.
No, they have got the PA already. They've got the PA already.
Yeah, they got the full PA, and then because they got that full PA, it would seem that they are, that is part of the deal, and by revoking it.
Ini kalau you jadi developer, itulah bahaya. Pasal you punya assumptions are wrong. Because they have already got the development order. That's all you need to start developing. Without the land being transferred, they already got the development order. Faham tak?
Okay.
Do you agree? You understand what a development order is, right? You can build now, you can build. because the development order has been given to you. Right? Betul tak? And then they started building, right? Without the land being transferred to themselves, without ownership of the land, they have got the development order. And you ask any developer lah, kalau you orang tak kerti developer kan, dah dapat development order boleh buat tak? Dah dapat development order. When you've got the development order, can the development continue now? You're not sure. Sarong? You're not sure.
Why do you need the land anyway?
Itulah $64 million question. Why do they need the land? When they have got the development order, they have got the development agreement. Prior to that, they got the development order, development agreement. They have got the PA. They got the development order.
Do they need the land to raise capital for the project?
Capital tak. Soal finance tak timbul kan? That one itu kena tanya SPSB lah, kan? Because our concern is this, very simple. If our land has gone to a developer, where is our protection? What happens if there's a change of ownership? Who will be responsible? Whose fault will it be? Because we do not have any protection. So the protection is still on the land. Kan? That's why we want the land back. The project, they have got the development order. I cannot stop the development order. I didn't stop also the development order. We were all concerned and focused on the issue of the land being transferred without our knowledge by the developer, who is the PA holder, to his own company. And you yourself ask, do they need the land?
So when you revoke the PA soon, nanti, can they continue the project?
I think then it is about amending the PA to be more suitable in line with a development.
So it's not totally revoking the PA. You will reissue another one with limited.
We have to sit down and say, look, limited PA lah, normal PA lah. That would be because kita tak touch pun pasal projek tu. Walau you kata I pull out all stops lah, pulling out all the stops to undo the deal.
You already said that you don't want the project.
I'm not interested. I cannot do anything because I have no interest to do the project. Kan?
Why was the report so?
Because I cannot do anything about the project. The project has been signed. Kan? I'm not interested.
So when you said you were not interested, you mean that I'm not interested to stop the project or?
No, because there cannot be. The project has been signed. The deal has been signed. Development agreement ada, kan? Development order ada, kan? Customer pun dah ada, kan? But I just want the land. I cannot comment and say, I'm going to stop. We never discussed stopping the project.
Tapi tak pernah tanya sama lah. Why the thing was like that?
No, kena tanya board lah. We have to go by the board records. Why? Because we go by what is recorded, what is on record. FIC had signed the development agreement between themselves and the developer. Felda, through its chairman and Director General, has given the company the PA. The board has endorsed the development agreement, the awarding of the PA, and FIC to be the PMC of the project. That's what the board has decided. I cannot undo a board decision because that's the decision of the board.
None of them tell you why they give the land to you.
That one, it doesn't matter anymore. Kan? Let the police investigate, the external auditor do the forensic, see what the process, where went wrong, what was right, and so on and so forth.
Macam kami ni, kita tengok this issue has been played down there with the election a few months from now.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. That's
Because I can explain. Because but if we distort it, this is more dangerous for us.
so have you seen the backlash dalam social media?
Yeah, it's okay. Because the backlash will naturally happen. People are unhappy. When you are unhappy, doesn't mean that you blame you it's about doesn't mean that because they disagree with our the actions that we took. Again, it means that they're not happy with the situation. So we have taken the actions. If we had not acted at all, then they can be then certainly they'll be very unhappy.
If that's the case, then why the need to bagi tahu kepada Berita Harian and everything?
No, Berita Harian yang bongkar. You want me to tell Berita Harian to stop doing the story? That'll become another story, isn't it? I cannot tell Berita Harian, or I cannot tell you, don't print this story. Right? Is this better that I tell you not to print the story, or tell Berita Harian not to print the story? Because I am not in charge of Berita Harian.
Okay. When did you decided to take these countermeasures again?
No,
Then deal
on the 11th
11th of
December, because by that time there was the decision by the Prime Minister's Department. After we have submitted our report to the Prime Minister's Department in probably October or September, by that time.
you became the chairman of
In January.
January last year.
January last year, and I found about it. We found out the land has been transferred to our land has been transferred to the developer through the 4 sales and purchase agreements. These were dated. One was dated in 2015 was dated in 2015, the first one, and then the subsequent ones were in 2016.
So all that you were aware of that when you in January last year or
January last year, no?
in January last year,
2017.
when you became the chairman, you also knew about that.
No, because then I was told.
It was told.
Then I was informed in late end of January 2017, the land has been transferred. And the transfer was effected in late 2016, I think December 2016, and the first, that's the 3 sales and purchase agreement, and then the first SPA, which we discovered later, was actually in 2015. November 2015. So 2015, 2016, the SPAs were conducted, were signed, and the land was transferred, right? And then late January or February, I was told about the land having been transferred. And then we asked for a private caveat from the land office. We were refused, and we had to get the KSN intervention. This is what I revealed during my press conference, and we only got the private caveat in place in April 2017. Okay, you got the schedule, and the board discussed this matter from then on, and
How many times has it been discussed?
I think many times.
Okay, we were informed that in the development deal there was some sort of a consideration of 10 million
Of course.
and a minimum guarantee of 500 million. Does the land deal also have anything similar in any reward for?
No, the land deal mana ni? Bila cakap land deal ni mana apa? Land transfer ke, land development ke?
Kau Felda, dia nak ambil tanah. We get any consideration?
Ini kan cakap biar cakap betul-betul kan. Ni apa? Balik semula ada tengah ketawa tadi jadi.
Tak, does the
500 million.
does the entire dealing of the land does it have some sort of similar macam contribution ke?
You mean the transfer of the land? What did the land transfer?
Did SPSB give you any macam token ke apa ke anything?
The token that you are thinking about, the 10 million tu is
10 million
on
tu
the
is
on the development kan. Okay lah, jangan you nanti kan salah cakap pula kan. Pasal you very sneaky, so I've got to be sure. Ini semua you're very sneaky, so I want to be very sure that you know that the 10 million was part of the
10 million is the development agreement
of the project
yeah,
and
the
development.
project. Does
Okay.
the land agreement whatever
We don't know. We didn't know about it. What? How can we get any consideration? We were not informed. We were not told. We only found about it on our own accord. We found about it. We found it out.
you found it out by way of discovering the
Information.
evidence?
Some information came to us, and then we went to check and so on. We were told the land has been transferred. Our land has been transferred. That was in January, late January 2017. Okay, the SPA were 2016, and the first one was 2015. So we discovered it only in. We discovered it. Felda discovered it only in end January 2017. So there was mana ada consideration kan? kalau dia benda kita tak tahu, tak adalah consideration. Hanya adalah transaction value of the SPA. That also we only discovered when we found the SPA lah. Yeah. So tak adalah consideration, maka kita tak tahu kan.
So
We were not informed, we were not consulted, we didn't give our permission.
So that's what you meant when you said about the millions in sales and purchase, not a single cent has been paid to Felda tu. That
Yeah,
was referring to that.
when there were somebody asked me, "Do you get any money for it?" I said, "No, tak ada lah." Because tak ada lah, kan? Because we were not party to the SPA, It was not Felda signing with SPSB. It was SPSB as PA holder signing with SPSB. Felda was never a party, so because we did not know about it.
If that is the case, Tan Sri, then why is it okay for Felda to be the one to issue that notice of revocation instead of FIC? Shouldn't FIC be doing it?
Because the FIC is a party to the development agreement, not owner of the land.
Oh.
And the issuance of the PA was by Felda.
Okay, so because there is this perception outside that somehow FIC has been quiet, so there are questions arising that has been get ordered and everything. So
They also did not know. Again, they also did not know. They had meetings and so on. They would not know, but everybody kept quiet except there was one of them. But I think these details will come out in the forensic audit. So it will be safer lah to wait for the forensic audit.
So in the end of the day, the audit, the investigation, everything semua, reports nothing.
Nothing. I mean, there is no. The processes were followed.
Everything was done in good faith.
Yeah,
So
we'll accept if the forensic audit says, hey, everything was done right. Okay lah.
So that means the land is gone lah?
I don't think that's. But so I'll be very surprised lah kalau tak ada apa-apa kan.
Okay, but
There's you kata kalau you if tu macam-macam if. Nanti kalau you kena if gini, if gana gitu pun kena ada juga kan. If gini, if A, give B, if C, if D. But macam mana nak jawab semua all the ifs?
So when MACC said that there are no elements of corruption, was it responding to the development agreement or was it responding?
You have to ask them that. I don't know. You have to ask MCC. Kan? Because a lot of people got confused about the development agreement and what Felda was trying to achieve. Felda was just merely trying to rectify a situation which was not right, which is the land has been transferred to itself, which was unnecessary. The development project it's been proven the development order was obtained, even though the land was not theirs, was still Felda's land. Proven. The development order was obtained in bila lah ni, nak ingat macam-macam. DBKL issued a development order for all the Felda-owned lands identified in the development agreement. 1st June 2015. June 2015. Land transferred through the SPA, December.
The first one, 2nd December 2015.
2nd December 2015. So brothers, my argument is right. They could have well developed the land without transferring the lands to themselves. And I did not have to pull any stops aside from all that I have to do as instructed, as decided, which is just to make a police report, get a caveat, a proper, stronger than a private caveat, which we have done before, in April.
How sure are you that by revoking that limited PA, how sure are you that the developer will simply Lasa nak layan gitu?
Then we have to.
Macam
I've got it already, kan? Why do I care? Then
excuse
it has got to go to court, lah, kan? The process of revoking the PA will have to. You cannot revoke it unilaterally. It will be challenged, kan? Normal.
Then that's why the private caveat is needed.
It's still there.
Dia kata, okay lah, it's okay. The land is mine apa semua, but if you have a caveat, nothing much you can do. You cannot finance it, you can whatever.
You still have a private caveat, tapi the pendaftar caveat is there, kan? The PA, the PA is so they would have to apply to court to revoke the caveat, So everybody will have to come to a compromise, a solution. The project, as far as I'm concerned, I cannot be interested because I'm not interested because I want the land back.
Wait, okay. Have you told the developer that look, we wanted to give you a limited PA. Let's renegotiate our what's happening.
We merely told the developer we want the land back.
They said no.
They said no.
You didn't mention that we will be renegotiating the terms.
No, because this is at that particular time it was just a question of the land, kan? Because to me, pada saya lah, if I'm a developer, you have a limited PA, you can still develop the land without even transferring the land.
So if you ask why we transferred it?
Let them answer to the various.
You can ask the developer. I believe you have the contact, man.
You will chase out.
You will chase out. Ya, kita ni lagi baik dengan awak, lagi awak kutuk kita. Apalah awak ni semua? You are impartial. This is not impartial when you mistranslate the headlines of a newspaper. You already have proven to you this.
Tazri, kalau you punya corporate kau boleh bagi tahu kita orang, okay, you send this question, senang Tazri. Dia tak ada mesti jadi macam tu.
Pasal ke corporate com tak layan, you give you artistic license. Is it?
We did get from you.
Artistic license ni. You will distort even the headline of the
But how
newspaper.
about the article?
Itulah, to me is you rampas tanah kita, kan. It's a land grab. You don't tell us anything, you don't inform us anything, you use a PA, yeah, you got a PA, but with that PA, you are supposed to develop the land. Yeah. Develop the land. You get a development order, get the planning approval,
Okay, so nanti benda ni, okay, on the ground, I mean, especially among the settlers, the only thing that they see is Felda,
hilang tanah.
hilang tanah, and refuse.
Yeah. Tapi that's why they also know. We have done the caveat, done.
Have Felda, I mean, that wasn't prominently highlighted, and the negativity of the first BH report seems to eclipse that. And
Yeah, that's
right now
okay.
people are still talking about Felda losing land. So has Felda done any macam damage control on the settlers, explaining to them?
Yeah.
You did.
It will go on. It will go on. because the issue is the matter as far as the settlers are concerned, as well is they have to have if there's a land development which is on for that piece of land, then it must be fair. The land need not be transferred. So there is protection to Felda if anything happens to the project terbengkalai, company problem kan. Ini kemungkinan yang kita tak tahu yang boleh berlaku. Orang mati ke apa ke kan, whatever lah, you do not know, what only God knows all these things. So obviously we have to protect. First is to protect the land kan, and that's what we're doing. And I think as far as the settlers are concerned, that is what Felda has been doing. We have briefed the settlers, leaders of the settlers on this issue. We have briefed our officers on this issue. And first, get the land back. Inshallah, it will be done.
Nanti kalau lepas pilihan raya tak boleh ke buat?
Huh?
All the havoc ni.
Havoc?
I mean, all the...
You orang tulis macam ni, tentulah orang havoc.
Ada yang bicara semua, semua kecoh.
Yeah.
Oh, this, and you are saying that why you did this is to kurangkan kecohnya.
In a way, we are trying to say that the deal, first, Felda didn't lose the land, itu kita cakap. Secondly, Felda gain from the project.
Yeah, because people say that
Betul.
it's a
We-
total loss punya project.
Tak ada. Kita cakap pasal tanah, kan? How you started your story, that's another twist. That's another twist to Jalan Felda, Jalan Semarak land deal, with the latest information suggesting that the previous board members were fully aware of the deal between FIC and Synergy Prominent. Board members mana?
The den lah.
No, which are you talking about? The Felda?
There were
Yeah.
FIC sana.
Yeah, they were. So if you're a board member Felda and you also sit on FIC, does it mean that Felda board is now informed?
We didn't know unless if they wake up.
But then if the board didn't meet, yeah, you know, but then the board doesn't meet. So if the board didn't meet and the Felda board, Felda board members are aware, by virtue of the fact that FIC board members, does it mean that the Felda board is aware?
Maybe not all, but at least some of them are.
Yeah, but the board didn't meet in June. Didn't meet in August. Macam mana? You tulis ni.
Itu memang kalau kat public tu orang cakap apa?
Itulah tu kata. So that's why there is a forensic audit. Kan? So you get everything according to the sequence, whether the process was followed. Kan? Because of course, when I said the land development agreement was signed. Yeah? Was signed between FIC and the developer in June. Kan? The next day, on 4th June, so now 3rd June bukan the next day, the very day, pakai bahasa ni semua. Bahaya bahasa dia orang ni semua. Kalau yang ni semua jangan edit aku punya video ni tau. Apa yang aku cakap dia orang ni semua very dangerous, sneaky, mesti ada tau. Jangan potong lah.
Jangan cakap kat kamera.
Cakap kamera lah ni, aku ni semua ada. Potong.
Adalah, tengok sini lah.
Saya kena cakap. Kalau 3 hari bulan Jun, 3rd June 2014, sign the appointment of SPSB as the developer. Kan? 2nd June, 3rd June PA, 2nd June, 3rd June, the very next day. The very next day. I don't know, that's your word, I didn't say conveniently. 3rd June, the PA was signed, right? Okay. And then in June you don't have the board, the FIC board knows, right? Lembaga Felda tak bermesyuarat bulan Jun. Yeah, okay? I'm telling you the facts. So, that June, lembaga Felda belum tahu lagi. Although some members of the board of lembaga Felda who sits on FIC knows. So, lembaga Felda tak tahu lagi kan? Alright? You can confirm that. You understand that, right? June no meeting. Yeah. July, they have meetings. And they have meeting in 9th July, 21st July. Right? No item discussed. LBC item and two was not discussed. Power of attorney was not discussed. August, no meetings. All right? So, okay. And then September 2nd, ada meeting. And then it was endorsed by the board. The development agreement, point with SPSB, the power of attorney given to SPSB, the FIC appointed as PMC. Itu board punya. So the board officially, the whole board lembaga Felda tahu, bawa ke board lembaga pemesyuarat lembaga pada 2 hari bulan September, 2nd September 2014. Okay, that's the sequence. Right? But these are the issues which will come out in the forensic audit. Whether the process was right, what happened, and so on and so forth. I mean, but when you come to 2017, the deal is deal. The agreements are there. It's all there. It's already there. All signed and sealed and delivered. Again, signed and sealed. Again, all done. Again. So, karena apa lagi dah interest saya kan? Only perhaps on our liabilities lah. Our liability as the owner of FIC into the agreements that they were signed, that have been undertaken by them. That's what we have to look after. Simple. So
afterwards, you will be after all
pulling all the stops to undo the deal. Lopsided conditions, Shahrir unhappiness time. Tapi tahu lah, bukan I punya unhappiness you. Unhappiness about the land being transferred je. Shahrir had portrayed the deal as a total loss for Felda. Okay, 6. You are. Mana ni aku cakap total loss to Felda ni? The topic, Felda could lose the land following dubious deal. Okay? This is an English translation of the Berita Harian article. Mana aku cakap total loss to Felda ni? Kau ni semua. Aku. Huh?
So, the development, okay, aside from the land deal, the development is profitable.
The promise is the deal is there kan, 500 million minimum and
10 million.
They have paid of 10 million down payment. They paid 10 million. They guaranteed a minimum return of 500 million or 10% of GDP, which is higher. But when itu soal tu lah.
When the development is done later, the land owner will still be Felda kan?
Yeah, the land owner. Because and then if you sell the land, you don't if you sell the project, umpamanya you sell a condominium, okay, there will be a strata title given, again. The strata will be given, strata title will be given.
So at the end of the day, the land will still be someone else after purchase.
The
Tapi for now,
yeah,
you want the land back is for protection.
protection to us. Yeah.
Just in case if anything.
So Felda was not bankable. So even they wanted, maybe at that time, if Felda itself cannot borrow money on good terms, kan, because it was not bankable, then of course it will impact the developer. But if they say they want to transfer the land, then consult us, lah, kan? Consult. But they do it without our knowledge, kan? That's why we say we only discovered that it was transferred to us in January, late January 2017. And my argument is there's no need for us to, for the land to be transferred for the success of the project. But if financing is not our responsibility. It's the developer's responsibility. In any agreement, land development agreement, it's not the landowner to have to be responsible for raising the finance, because the impression that I got was that why do you become a developer? Because you have the means to develop, without us as the landowner looking for the money. Yeah.
The location that you are trying to get of the PA, if you get it, does it effectively cause the developer to be unable to fulfill the project?
I think if the project is to go on, of course, they don't need a powerful PA as what they got. Again, they could get a limited PA, which is enough for them. Because as I said, even with that, even without transferring the land, which they did subsequently, they could get the development order. And in fact, the project is already viable in that sense, because they've got the agreement, right? They've got the development order, and they have a buyer for the whole tower. They've signed. So the project is bankable already. Yet, if they're not able to get a bank loan, something is not right, lah kan? I mean, that's my argument.
So, assuming if by revoking their full PA, and you said you wanted to give them a limited PA, assuming that they lost interest, do you have any plan B or any contractor A, B, C that you have in mind?
To take over.
To take over.
We have not come to that yet. And if we come to that point, we have to consider, and maybe we make decisions as we come to the point, when we don't anticipate for what has not happened yet.
How long do you think it will take to resolve this issue?
I think in our lifetime.
Specifically,
I
before or
wouldn't
after
know.
the election?
Before, after, when is the election?
Well,
So how can you ask a question like that when you do not know when the election is? If it should be by the end of January, should be over.
Who's doing the audit? Who's doing the audit?
We are not. We didn't appoint the forensic auditor, so we don't know. And I don't think I think they let them do the work.
Have the police said anything? Have they got anything?
I'm not in communication with the police on this matter. I think they will proceed as their normal procedure, whatever the investigation they've done and so on and so forth. Macam mana ni? Your famous article?
the next one?
Equally famous, huh? You have your links and your. When I read an article, I actually go to the links, So be careful how you put the links, and then you mistranslate the links, and then you make the assumptions. You cannot, you double jeopardy lagi kan. Dah lah translation teruk. Apa benda? Artistic license. Say